Okay, everybody can see and hear. Everybody see my screen? Doing good? Okay, great. So tonight I'm gonna show you, I kind of dolled up my presentation a little more so you can check it out and get maybe some additional ideas of how to put some finishing touches. You should all have some sort of presentation going. And then I'm going to show, I put an additional document on the assignment in Blackboard. It says Final Project Streaming Platforms Guide. So there's a little bit more information about how to set up and work with YouTube and Facebook, privacy settings, the exact ways to find stuff. So I'll show you a little bit of that after I show you my presentation. Couple of things that I added here are, I added a blank beginning, and all you have to do is just add a scene and don't put anything in it. This is helpful for when you start streaming. It gives you a second for the stream to go before you go to your pre-roll screen. So it's kind of a nice way to start just from black. So I added that. And then when you go to the pre-roll screen, I added a song that plays. I'm just going to mute that so I don't have to talk over it. But I added a song to that. You can add it here under pre-roll song. If you add media source, you can add a song to the beginning too. So you have kind of background music before your show starts. I also added, this is my husband and I actually did a live show that I invited you all to on Sunday. And so this is the pre-roll picture that we used. And I added this, the concert will begin shortly, because a lot of folks that go online, they see something like this and they think that they haven't found the right place. So I always put something that says, yes, this is it. Here's the countdown. This is the timer that I added last week. And when it's done, going live. So that's kind of a more fancy pre-roll. Then live camera. Oh, my size is goofed up. I'm not sure why my size is goofed up. That's weird. Oh, is it because this is different? I don't know. Something is funny about my webcam. Okay, so then we have, hello, here's the webcam. And then to show my project, oh, I know why it is. Because my project, I added an additional, you can add the webcam here and make what's called a picture-in-picture. So if you add both your screen share and the webcam, then you can do a double picture. But what I need to do is add a different, I have to add a different webcam. Otherwise, when I change the size here, it'll affect the size of the other one. So let's just, let's see if I can do that. I'm going to delete that and I'm going to re-add a video capture device. I'm going to just call this webcam 2. And I'm going to re-add this webcam so that it looks full. There we go. Then under my project, I added what's called a picture-in-picture. So you can have yourself talking over something. You've probably all seen that in different tutorial stuff. Hello. So your picture doesn't go away. So you can add that as well, especially if you're explaining something. It's kind of nice to still have you there. I have my Finale open down here. So when I actually do the presentation, I can, got to turn this on for it to play. And computer sound is dead. Let's see, advanced properties. Oh, computer sound output. Do you all know what's funny is that I came here at 4:30 today to make sure it all worked. And now some things don't work. Yay! This is the nature of live streaming. I don't know why that's not working. Okay. This is why you do a million checks. Okay, I'm gonna have to go check that in a minute and see why. Let me check one more time, advanced properties, computer sound, monitor, and output. Let's check out where it's going. Scarlett should be going right to this little guy over here. It might be, I don't know. Okay, I could close out Finale. It might be something with Finale. All right, anyway, to move things along, I also added a final credits screen for the presentation. And this one you can have, I added text that I have turned off, and in real time, when you have this credits going, you can turn on these little things like, thank you. And then you can turn that off. You can say, here's the personnel. So you can create your own little movie in real time. That's what we're doing. And then that's the end. Something that I want to do is I want to change, this has a fade. I want the fade to go even slower just to make this a little more smooth. So I'm going to turn up the duration to 600. I'm going to double it. So you'll notice it fades even slower. I can make the fade go much slower. So it's kind of adds a smoothness. So if you have a super punchy program, maybe you want it to go fast. So you can decide on that. All right, any questions, anything you want me to show about the presentation? Bugs me that I'm going to just try something. I'm going to quit this Finale and I'm going to open it again and see if it'll work. Question?
So to flip through the different like slides you have, is it just like PowerPoint and you just like do it manually?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's a question Haley was asking, is this sort of like PowerPoint? Yes. It's like PowerPoint with sort of media sources attached in real time. That's a very good analogy. You're like, okay, here's this, and then here's my next slide. The scenes are exactly like how slides work in PowerPoint. All right, let's try this. I'm going to just quickly see if this helped. Reassign the sounds. Huh. It might actually be something weird with the computer that the sound is not going to the right place. Okay, well, that's a bummer. That's something I'd have to figure out if I was doing this. I guess I'll leave that open so it stays in the presentation. Okay, so a little bit about, if you all want to download this streaming platform guide. So I thought I would just have a little bit more about how this works. And I want to just show you YouTube and Facebook in real time. We're actually going to just do a stream right now so you can see it's pretty scary is what this seems like. I remember when I started streaming, like it's really scary, but it doesn't have to be. If you decide to use YouTube, the easiest way is to just use your GRCC email. It's actually how I have one of my channels on YouTube, is just through the GRCC email. So GRCC is connected with Google Apps, so you can just do that. So when you go here, you want to click on this little icon and click your channel. And if you're using a new email, there won't be any videos here. And then you have to do what's called a verification. You have to have, YouTube will text you, you have to give them your phone number and they'll text you a verification code. And then after 24 hours, then you can live stream. So it's just a security feature for YouTube. So if you decide to use YouTube, you have to have your account verified. Very important item. So to stream, you're going to go to this little button here, this camera with a plus, and you click go live. And it'll take you to what's called the YouTube Studio. And this top, don't want to do that. This top button, oh, okay, wait, no, it's not made for kids. Okay. This top button is this looks like a little radar kind of thing is the stream. And here, once you sort of set up your channel, you'll see all of the features for it. And I had some questions last time about, do I have to do this public? Do I have to do it private? If you want to stream it privately, you can see here's the setting, click edit, and you can change the visibility to private for the whole channel if you want. So, and I'll show you later how to make it public, because for me to see it when you submit it for your project, it has to actually be public. But you can stream it privately. So there won't be any alerts, people won't see it, or if you make a mistake and you want to do it again, you can just delete it. So that's how that works. You'll notice here we have the stream key. So this is the default stream key for your channel. This is what we're going to copy. I think I did this last time. Then when you go back into OBS, you go up to OBS Preferences, Stream. We're going to change it to Facebook RTMP. RTMP just means real-time messaging protocol. It's just the way that it communicates with other programs. And just do primary YouTube ingest server. Select this whole thing and delete it. And Command V or Control V if you're on PC is paste. So Command V is paste. And click OK. Now we've set up OBS is going to be able to communicate with YouTube. All right, great. So we're going to go back. We're going to go to our blank beginning. And the way it works in YouTube is once you push start streaming in OBS, YouTube is going to grab it. So let me move this over so we can kind of see both at the same time. Let me see if I can close this so we can get a nice queue up. Okay, so here we go. I've got my thing ready in OBS. I'm going to click start streaming. And it takes about 10 seconds. You'll see. Well, actually, that's pretty fast. Okay, it's rolling in YouTube. So start my pre-roll. Oh, whoops. There we go. And you can talk here if you have your mic. In this scene, I'm going to have the mic muted, so it can't hear me. And it won't see any of these boxes or anything. You can see actually what it looks like in real time on the right in YouTube. And then you wait for the comments to come in from people watching. This is awesome. Okay. Then you wait for the pre-roll. It can be done. I'm just going to go on. So once you go to the next scene, it has the next sound setting. So now it's picking up my webcam. It's picking up my webcam mic. And I'm saying hello to the world. And then now here, let's listen to my project after I do a little introduction. Here's my project. I recommend not watching yourself while you do this live over here. I'm just doing this as a demonstration because you can see it's a little bit behind and it's a little unnerving. Great, so here's my finale project that the sound doesn't work on. I have to figure it out. So, but in reality, hopefully sometime it will play. Okay, that's my project. Yay. And you could go back to the webcam and say, thank you very much. It's been great listening to my project. And then credits. I have everything X'd out in the credits. So no one's going to hear me talking, but I can turn my thank yous on and off. See you next time. And then stop. So YouTube won't stop the stream right away. It waits because just in the event that you accidentally clicked stop, you could start it again. So it's kind of a safety feature. If you want to go ahead and say, yes, I really meant to stop, you can click end stream and then it'll be like, okay, they really meant it. Yes, end. But eventually it will stop if you stop it in OBS. Congratulations, yay. So to see this, I can go to Edit in Studio. And this is a kind of cool feature in YouTube. You can actually trim it and do some basic editing here if you want to edit it before it actually goes up on YouTube. Or you can go to see it in your channel. You go to your channel, customize, and go to videos and go to live. And then you can see our video. Here's where you can change the visibility. If you had it as private, you can change it to public. You can select the thumbnail. There's not much here right now because YouTube's still trying to process the video. But let's see if we can. Oh, here we are.
And it takes about 10 seconds. Rolling YouTube. So, got my pre-roll.
And there we have it. It worked. Okay, so any questions about YouTube? That's how basic gist of YouTube. I like the way YouTube works. Very easy to work with. All right, so let me show Facebook now. So, and all this stuff is in the directions. So sorry, I'm not following along as well, but you can go step by step. All right, so in Facebook, you can go to your profile or your page, or you can go into the feed too, and just go to the status box and click live video. And that'll take you to the live producer studio. And just a little FYI, this whole setup might change like in a month from now, because this is already different than a few months ago when I started streaming, because Facebook changes stuff all the time. As you probably know, they change the look and feel. So just know that, just try to use the logic of what I'm showing, and it might be a bit different. I don't think it'll be different in the next week, which is nice, but. Okay, so in this one, I think it was Josh last time asked about streaming publicly, privately. What I would recommend is you share to your timeline is the easiest. And I've selected only me. The default is public, but you can do share to my timeline, only me. And that way people won't be alerted that you're live unless you want to show them what you're doing live. That's cool too, if you want it to be more public. If you don't, you can select only me. So I'm gonna just say test OBS. So I know what I'm doing, okay? And then you click use stream key and go down here, and same logic as we did in YouTube. We're gonna select this whole thing and copy. Then we go back to that same place we did in preferences and click stream. And this time we're gonna click Facebook Live and paste. Great, then Facebook works a little bit different than YouTube. You actually have to send over, you see it says waiting for live video. You have to, when you click start in OBS, it sends it to Facebook. So let's start it. It's connecting, you can see in the Facebook window. And once you see that little play button, it is connected, but it hasn't gone live yet. So that's the main thing in Facebook. So it's there, but it hasn't actually gone live. You have to click go live here. Then once you see that, you'll see that it starts rolling. And now we're rolling. Okay, so we got a blank beginning, pre-roll. Okay, pre-roll, that's cool. Okay, then we say hello, here we are. This is my awesome live stream. And here's my project. I'm gonna play it for you and explain how I did it. Or if this is your concert or your person you're recording or yourself. Thank you very much, this has been great. Credits, Oops. Love you all. Thank you. Personal. Da-da-da. Okay. Then stop streaming. And go away. When you click stop in OBS, Facebook recognizes it immediately, and yay, it's Facebook stop. So then you can click view post. And we can click play, make sure it worked. Here we are. Okay, yay. Oh, here we are. This is my okay, so I streamed this to my profile for privately to myself. If I want to change it, there's this little 3 dots in the video. You go to edit video. And down here in privacy, you make it public. This way, if you share the link with me, I'll be able to see it. Unless if you want to friend me on Facebook and you want to send it only to a specific friend, that's fine too. But if you don't, we don't have to be friends. You can just make it public and then I'll be able to see it when you share the link. You'll also see, let's see, how do if I want to go to Carmen, just so you can see what it looks like on your, what happened to my name? Carmen, there you are. Oh, because it's small, I see. So you also see it. You should see it on your own profile. There it is. I just had to reload. Here's my little test. You can also do the same thing here, the 3 little dots, edit audience. Same thing if you want to change it from private to public. So there it is. Telling me that I was live. I was the only one that can see it. All right, great. So any questions about Facebook or YouTube, setting that up, or anything you want me to show, any questions, things you would like to know about that you're thinking of doing with your live stream setup? Okay, great. So this is due, you have to send me a link by 9 p.m. Next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is the last day. It'll just be open lab next Tuesday if you want to come in. I'm not going to do any instruction. So if you want to log on, you can. It's just open lab. If any of you want to come in and do it, privately in the lab, I'm happy. I have time on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday this week during the open lab times. I could come and meet you in the afternoon if you want to, not do it while there are people in the classroom. You can just set up an appointment with me. I'm happy to do that. All right. No other questions? Okay, great. So be here for the next hour. You can work on the presentation. You can send me your questions.
I actually have a question. Does it have to be live? Could I like pre-record something and then like play that, or